everybody, welcome back to your 364. How you doing? I hope you're having a lovely afternoon. Welcome in. Oh shit! Did I fucking bring my OBS? I fucking hope not. Hi everybody, how you doing? Welcome back. I gotta hide that. That's not yet. Let's not forget. You guys are supposed to see it. Yeah. Shit. Well, whatever. There you go. How you doing? Welcome back to your 364. If you don't know me, my name is Ray Call Sounds. I hope you're having a lovely afternoon. Congrats to Cal for the first. Congrats to Gyro for the second. I hope you guys have had a lovely time. Hey, Nero, how you doing? Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to your 364. Today is... hold on. Let me lower the volume. Let me lower the volume of the music. Let me lower the volume of the music in my headphones just a tiny bit so I can actually hear myself speak. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to your 364. My name is Ray Call Sounds. I'm your local music producer VTuber from the far future of 3064, and you are now tuning in to the future. Hi, everybody. I hope you've had a lovely day. I hope you've had a lovely Thursday. Getting excited for Friday? I know I am. But more importantly, today, we are going to have a lovely guest with us today. We are going to have a music producer who I've been a big fan of for a very long time, and I know that some of you guys are. How you doing here, Horse? And how you been? Latina, por favor. Hola. How you doing, Chandelier? How you doing, friends? And Nero, my homie, how you been? Let me give you a shout out. Nero, I hope you guys have a lovely Thursday. So, how you doing, Cal? How you doing, Sean? How you doing, Guyver? Let me give you a shout out. Guyver. Shout out. Guyver. I hope you guys have had a lovely time. Hi, Balam. How you been? I hope you guys have had a lovely time. Balls make leather. Welcome to your 364. Thank you for the chatting. I don't know if you're still there, but thank you so kindly for dropping by. Let me make sure the building mounts are working and everything is working. Okay. Chef's kiss. Perfect. It has been a busy Thursday for sure. So sorry for the late start. You know, I myself, I just didn't want to get to bed. I was just being lazy. I was tired. It happens. Thank you. I'm self-loathing. Hey, you know what? I'm self-loathing every day, but we still get up. We still work hard. And I know together we'll do something amazing today. I want to welcome you back. You know, I'm just going to get you guys some, let me just really quickly fix something real quick. Some things about today, obviously. Today is a very different kind of stream. We don't do these all the time. We have an interview with a very, very talented music producer called Ghost. If you do not know them, you should know them. You're listening to one of their songs right now. They're really amazing. I quite love them. And from the little chats I've had with them through DMs and now through a VC, I've got a really good feel for them. I got a really good feeling about them. I feel like they're gonna be super cool. And I know they're super cool. I think I've had a big fascination with their music, what they've produced for the scene, what they've done for us. And so I hope you guys can enjoy it with me. I have had some of you guys in the Discord share some questions. If you perchance want to share some questions, you are always welcome to. I'd love to have you guys share your questions. Always do know that I might miss some of chat. I am with someone else today, and whenever I am with someone else, I do try to focus with the person I'm with. Chat does come I will say my chat does come a little secondary to that. I want to ensure that the person with me is welcome. I'm engaged with them. I'm having a good time with them, and for that sake, you know, I do spend a little bit more eyes and ears on them. But even so, I want to thank you so much first for coming through, for hanging out. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Oh, we forgot to restart the subathon. 1 second. Subathon resume. Hey, let's go, Stana. How you doing? Thank you so kindly for coming through. I know they also stream on the twitch.tv. I watched them play Apex once, actually. It was pretty fun. It was a pretty good time. Please go check them out. Do check them out very dearly. Shout out. There you are. Please go check them out. All right, y'all. So, with that being said, I guess you can hear me. I'm just gonna DM you, but I guess you could probably hear me. I'm gonna bring you in. All right. Bring in. Buongiorno. Hello. Oh. Let me fix it. Whoa. Hi. Let me just make sure the music volume is set a little quieter, so make sure.
Yeah.
Nice. We didn't get a chance. My fault for that. We didn't get a chance to do a sound check beforehand. But thank you so kindly for coming through.
How's the sound?
I hope it looks on my end. It looks great. Hi, Zinobia. How you doing? And hopefully it's good for you guys all too. Hopefully, It's sitting nicely. Hopefully, it's sitting nicely.
Yeah. Test. Hello.
Hello, internet. Hello,
Yeah, for
YouTube. Hello, Twitch. Hello, Twitter too. I guess. And one of these days, TikTok maybe. Who knows?
Of course.
Goes. Yeah. Thank you so kindly again for coming in.
Yeah, of course.
For spending time with me. And for just interacting and being, from the conversations we had, I've had I always, I don't know if you've ever felt this, kind of a side question, not one of the real questions, but I always kind of mention this whenever I do an interview people. Sometimes, you know someone famous and you're always a little like, how are they gonna be like? You hear horror stories. Stories sometimes. And I was like, I'm always a little nervous whenever I'm meeting someone famous, or I consider you famous. I don't know if you consider. Would you consider yourself famous? Would you consider?
I don't know. Like I feel like because just off the bat, I'm like super on the spectrum. So those kinds of things are kind of like an enigma to me. Like I never really think about it. I'm just like kind of doing the thing that I normally do, which is just write music and stream and just hang out. So whenever people are like, "Do you know how big you are?" I'm like, "No, my brain can't like understand that concept."
Great, yeah, I know. Hey, you know what? Something's better than I worry about it.
I try to ignore it, so I don't think about it, because then I'll just get in my head like, what does it mean? Like, what am I supposed to be?
What am I supposed to be? Who am I? What year is it?
Exactly.
People asking, so much coming through. Welcome. But yeah, that being said, I remember when we just randomly one day on Twitter started messaging each other first, or we started and we talked and we talked about music, and it was really good times. And then I was like, I do this podcast, and I had a line to you, and I was like, you know what? I like to interview people who create art, who create things of value to culture, and especially with the changing ways in current art medium.
Of course.
I like to really value art that was made by human beings, or fellow entities that reside on our plane.
Ooh, awkward. I actually really like generative AI.
That's fine.
No, I'm kidding. No, I hate it. I hate it so much. No, I hate it so much. I'm totally lying.
Okay, actually, you know what? Okay, you said I could ask you anything. I want to know your thoughts on AI. I'd like to know your thoughts. Okay.
So here's a good example of what my understanding is. Have you seen the Animatrix?
Yeah, of course.
So you remember the Second Renaissance, right?
Mm-hmm.
How humanity is kind of like subjugating, like, quote unquote actual artificial intelligence, and like setting them aside and like doing all that fucked up shit to them. I think if AI and robots and like sentience can be like in that form where these robots are clearly having an experience and experiencing a thing to make a piece of art, that's not AI art. That's literally just like an evolution of like robots and shit.
I see.
What is currently being done
Joe,
right
thank
now?
You so much for the raid. I can't chat with you so very kindly.
The way people are touting it in response to artists just genuinely being sad and worried for their jobs is fucked up. It just is. Like every time I see some like fucking Twitter post or some Instagram reel or TikTok or some bullshit where they're trying to like, you can like this stuff. There will never be not some form of generative art shit as like we progress as society. That's not gonna go away. Our jobs as artists aren't gonna go away. They're just gonna be a niche, because like people were the same way about like the camera.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't be an artist for portraits anymore because the camera exists. It's like, that's not really true. The camera does exist, but there's always going to be people out there who want to pay artists to make something with their hands. Like that niche and that, like, I guess, soul that you can put into art as a human being, which you cannot do as a machine yet. That's always going to be in demand. Maybe like it's really easy for people to, be worried about it who are in the art sector, because you see generative AI so much, because that's how the internet pretty much works. It's just like kind of omnipotent. So you're seeing everything all the time at once. But I think specifically we are going to continue to do art, and people are going to commission us, and then people who want that, in my opinion, kind of soulless garbage, they're gonna have that, and like both can survive. And who knows, maybe generative AI may be used in a, I guess, less fucked up way as it's being used right now. You know, but until then, you know, it's okay for people to be into what they're into. If you really, really care about artists, go commission an artist.
Yeah,
go
for
support
sure.
art. Go do all that shit. If you want to support generative AI, go do that. Just understand that there is a limitation to generative AI. And there's, I don't know, because morals are pretty biased, right? No one really knows what's right or wrong besides like a few really, really bad things that is universally known as bad. But
But
I
eating
just,
people's
you know,
okay.
yeah, yeah. If you really want to support quote unquote artists, it is a good thing to commission them and to support them and share their shit. You know, because you know, I feel like art is an expression of the experiences you get as a human being, and that's something that can't be replicated with machines. It just can't.
Absolutely.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You know, and
Sorry, that was long-winded.
I did have a question while you're talking about. Do
Yeah.
you think that there will be a point where, because you know, you mentioned a really good point about the camera, how, and some people have also said this about, like, for example, like digital art. People cried that digital art was the death of the medium. That art would never be the same. It would never be good again. It was dead. Do you think there will be a point where a generative AI or AI in general will enhance the artistic experience in a meaningful and human way?
I guess it's just really depending on where you stand on it, because I can see generative AI working in things where it's like in a video game where you don't want to draw every little fucking blade of grass unless that is just your shit and you like meticulous work. That's fair and valid, and if you can do it, more power to you, because that is way more patience than I would have.
Right, absolutely.
But like yeah, it's like if it just depends on how you use it, because artificial intelligence, AI, is a buzzword right now.
Oh, for sure.
That is a super hard buzzword that people are using to describe the wrong thing, in my opinion. And I feel like if you use generative AI for things in art that is like, see, but that's also subjective, because there if you look at like a manga panel from The Vagabond,
Oh, I love Vagabond.
fuck, like God, like
Berserk.
Berserk, yeah, like there's just so many like forms of media in art particularly that like just you can tell it was meticulously done. And because it was done meticulously done, it stands out across all other medias in the same genre. Like nothing else looks like The Vagabond.
No, nothing.
Nothing else looks like Berserk. It is so unique to this artist and their experience. You cannot do it with AI. And I don't know how you would implement that into like normal art, because like, you know, it's that extra time is needed, and like I don't know how skipping those moments is gonna I guess is gonna reflect on like the final piece.
Right. Absolutely. I have seen some artists, and now I have thoughts about this. I have seen artists like veteran artists, really veteran artists who have been drawing for manga, for games for a really long time, or you know, who have just been independent, doing, you know, just drawing porn or something. Who have started taking, you know, they draw a sheet, like, you know, they'll draw the art, but they'll use AI to color it. Do you think? What are your thoughts on that one in particular? Do you think that that's a boon benefit? Do you think there's something like? I'd love to know what your thoughts on that is.
It really just comes down to like a moral, you know, like I'm not going to, how do I say this? I'm not going to be the judge and jury for what art is. I don't think anyone besides really snobby people really have the right to say what isn't art. It's just such an undefined, like, like unmade concept in our brains. So it really, I don't know, because you know, I can honestly see like one example that I can see AI or generative AI art being used effectively is like generating a bunch of prompts and then giving it to an artist saying, hey, these are some examples of the thing that I generated with this goddamn machine. I can't formulate, unless you're really good with words, I can't formulate what I want as a concept, but I typed in this bullshit as a prompt, and this kind of looks like what I have in my head. Can you make something from this in your art way?
Yes.
Like that would make sense to me, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I love commission. I think people would know me really well. No,
Yeah.
I love commissioning art. I love commissioning like expensive
same.
art. I love
I
commissioning
have a
like
shit ton of expensive art,
right?
yeah, 'cause
Me
I
too.
commission them so much.
I love it. It is one of my biggest joys in life. Sometimes I think I'm like, fuck, why am I in debt? And I'm like, oh, right. I get a fucking like a nice art piece like every other month or so. And something I think about sometimes is like, I struggle. So I feel dirty because like I know I could like write a prompt and get like the idea and be like, can you make this please? Like this is what I want. I don't want it to be some soulless husk. I want it to be made by you. Though I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried like someone's gonna be like shh, don't show me that. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I mean, that's where I come in. Like when I get artwork done for the Shepherdess and Voidwalker, I imagine that anytime an artist like brings my characters to life, like they're giving them like a reality from which they can be perceived. Like these concepts in my head, like these characters that are accompanying the tracks from which inspired them is fulfilling to me. And no, even like the aside, because I can selfishly just love wanting to see more of pretty girl that I love, you know? But like it also just makes me feel good knowing that I was able to support not only an artist's career, but I could allow this artist to take my character and have creative liberties to bring them to life in their own way. Because like the backstory to my fucking shit is that like these characters are in a time paradox. So anytime an artist draws it, even if it's slightly different, it's canon. Because an infinite number of possible universes could exist. So even little discrepancies, it makes them canon, no matter what. So like that like feels good to know, because then it not only like ties in with my lore, but like I said, I'm able to like support an artist. I'm able to like, you know, give them the funds they need to make more shit, because I legitimately love what they do. So it's, yeah, I don't know, just giving it to an AI, like, you know, it just doesn't feel like I'm making
real.
a human connection, you know?
Absolutely. I know what you mean. You know, there's times where I really labor with artists. They're like, you know, we really sit down, we really talk about things like, oh, it could be like this. I am working with an, I love planes. I love planes a lot. And I'm just working really hard with an artist talking about like, and it's just like a fun process in the connection of how you talk about like the creation process of like, it could look like this, that's the angle, no, not that angle, like, oh, those colors, yes, those colors, not those colors. Like it's just really, really fun. Real quick, Zenobia Weather, who's a good friend of mine there, mentions illustrated here, I feel Jedi is as it is, at least the future models are too unreliable to ever be a useful tool as they work right now, which I could agree with that, Zeno. I think right now, you know, the tool is baby mode, but those tools will only, you know, they are the worst they're ever going to be right now. They only get better. Those things will only ever get better. But I think like you said, Yost, you know, the invention of the camera, the invention of digital art did not phase out the human artist. I don't think anything ever will. I think
It won't.
I think as long as we are human, we will see. We will see like, you know, people wanting the human experience. We're human. We want the human experience.
Yeah, I agree.
Whether corporations want to pay us for that human experience, that's an entirely different thing. But that's, you know, I think that's probably
I agree.
That's probably my biggest worry. I was like, oh, okay, well, like all these like jobs for like someone have to work for a corporation to like draw a logo, draw a character, draw a movie. Jesus Christ, that, you know, that Disney movie Wish, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, they did the songs with AI.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. I was like, whoa. My God.
Like that's insane. Also, like, I don't know. I feel like these companies, and maybe to some degree, some people are really fucking stupid, but majority of people, they are smart. Like they aren't dumb. There's like an innate, like unspoken, like connection that people have with each other where they can tell what is like a fabricated sensation and what is like a genuine human experience made by real people who have experiences and then express it through the shit they make. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like
You know,
it's like it's like a Wi-Fi signal in your brain, and like you can just feel it.
You can just
Like,
feel it.
You can understand it.
I agree, because you know what? There's something I am like, I have a day job as a daycare teacher, and I've always been a big believer that like children can understand quality entertainment.
Yeah, children are smart.
Children are smart. Children are smart, and they can understand quality entertainment. Like you put them fucking Cocomelon, and like,
Oh man,
they're fucking like, what the fuck? Like you know, maybe it's like the jingling keys for a little bit, but like either it rots their brains or they just fucking lose interest because it's fucking boring. You put something with a little more heft to it, and then they're like, they invest it. They invest. Children can invest, and in the same way, I think that's that natural human like appreciation for quality made, human touched creation. I think it's an innate part of the human experience and human desire.
Yeah. It's how we connect with each other. It's literally
Absolutely.
self-expressing, and it's how we. It's literally how we connect.
Well, yeah, you know, I didn't. This wasn't even one of my planned questions. I like at all in the slightest. I'm glad we went off on a tangent. I'm glad we went off on a tangent. It was a lot of fun.
It's so okay with tangents.
Oh, I love tangents. I love tangents.
Whatever's natural. Like,
Right.
Like if you need to go off script, bro. I'm
we're
telling you, I'm here for a while, so
Right.
you don't have to worry about the time. Like, just whatever you want to ask.
Thank you. I think you know, like I like having the rails a little bit because like I'm a bored Capricorn. I love my like, but
Fair.
I actually really do love gliding between the things.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it feels more natural that way.
Speaking of, you stream on Twitch, right? Like I've caught like one or two of your streams. What like, and I know you like do you call what you do VTubing because you have a model and everything.
I technically have a model. I wouldn't call myself a VTuber. It's just like an easy thing to turn on, so I'm not self-conscious about how I look or like tweaking out because like my face is contorting because I'm like ticking like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just like an easy thing, and it's also like, you know, on brand with my character. So I'm like, here, Separatist, here, watch me suck ass at Apex, easy. You know?
Is Apex the main? I think I've only ever caught you play Apex. Is Apex the main game? Is that it?
No, I play a shit ton of other stuff. I play like a fuck ass ton of like horror games.
Oh, nice.
I play like League. I play party games. I play. Oh god, yeah. Jeez, League.
I don't blame you. I used to be challenger.
No,
I used to be really good. I'm good.
No.
I used to be fucking challenger.
I don't hate myself at all. I'm good at the game and it's fun. And when it's not fun, you know, I take a break. But other than that, like I love League. I love Elise.
Oh my god, I was an Elise man for a really long time.
I have like 1.4 mil mastery on her right now.
Jesus Christ. I was Riven, Leona, and Morgana main.
Oh, that's sick.
Dude, I used to love that game. I think all through college, like whenever I wasn't like so I like fucking bummed out of college for like a year. I spent like I would wake up, play League of Legends, and like maybe stop for like an hour to eat food and then keep playing until I'd go to sleep. And I did that for like at least a good 7 months. I would leave my room. I would do anything. I just, you know, at the time there wasn't any challenge. This was like season 3. I hit Diamond 1 and I was like, yeah, I'm a fucking god. I'm a fucking god of this game.
That's fair. Yeah, I feel that.
I used to love that game. I think the only reason I did quit is because like, it did become like there was a point where like they just were flipping the meta way too much. I'm like, okay, I can't keep reading patch notes. It's too stressful.
Yeah, that's fair. I just like jungle and do the best I can. I don't read the meta. Everyone is always like, you shouldn't be playing Elise. She's not meta this season. I'm like, I'm still winning. I will play her forever.
Yeah, right?
And like, I just don't care anymore. I will play her and adapt naturally. I won't.
Oh my
I
god,
don't care.
how do you do that? I had to play the meta. I was like so like because I was like I was trying for teams. I was trying for teams, and I was trying to go to LCS and shit. Make me the next faker. Make me the next faker. Oh
Damn.
my Jesus Christ! And then I dropped that for Rainbow Six Siege, and that was an even bigger mistake.
Oh damn, really?
Not really. I actually love Rainbow Six Siege.
Shit. Oh my god. I've never played that fucking game.
It's fun. It's fun. You know,
Rainbow Six, yeah.
I somehow I gravitate to the games that everybody seems to say are really toxic. I don't know what it
Everyone
is.
says that, and every time I bring up I like play League, everyone's like, yeah, you must hate yourself. Why would you do that? Toxic. I'm like, dude, I'm playing it in a different way than you. Just because you're not very good at it, or you don't know how to like mute the chat, like doesn't mean that I don't know how to enjoy it. Like we're different people. I'm sorry.
Right. No, absolutely. That was my trick to stay with it for so long. I would just get into game and just I don't care what anyone says. I'd mute chat immediately. I'd be like,
I know what I'm gonna do. I hope you're there when I'm doing it. Otherwise we're gonna lose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Okay. Question for you: do you follow VTubers at all?
I used to a shit ton.
Mm-hmm.
I really just don't anymore. There's like, I'll just be real. There's like a level of cattiness and like inner meanness to the VTuber circle. I kind of avoid it, but I will hop into like the people who I've like known personally for a while who are VTubers, and like I'll check in on them and stuff. But I really just don't follow any new VTubers. There's just so goddamn many.
There are. Question, but like, how about Hololive? Did you ever keep up? Cause like the Hololive girls, like Gargara's, Takadashi Kara's.
No, I never followed them.
All right, fair. But you know what? Like recently, they've started playing League of Legends, and now I'm kind of like,
Oh,
I've been
really?
like to all my friends, like, hey, like, what if we played League of Legends, guys? Like,
I'll play League with you. Shit.
I'll play League with you. I'll play League with you. Oh my god.
I'll play whatever lane.
Oh my god. I get so to play League of Legends. You know what? I've been like asking around to play League of Legends, and every time I ask, everybody's like, Ray, shut the fuck up. No one wants to play League of Legends.
I play every single day. You can ask anyone. I literally play every day. Like I'll start my day with like a bottle of water and League, and my day will exist depending on if I get a win or if I get a loss. If I lose, it's going to Apex, so I get a win there,
right?
And then once I get a win, then I can start my day.
Oh, nice, good times.
I'm so sad.
Actually, great segue. I would love to ask you. This is one of my planned questions. Actually, I'd love to know what your day looks like as a music creator. Is it
right
always?
Now,
go on.
Now, it's just like getting up. Mm-hmm. Playing games and waiting for the day to be over.
Sheesh.
I literally got done with like my 11th album for Garden of Eyes. Mm-hmm. When I'm not writing, I'm just playing games and passing the time, like talking to friends, hanging in Discord, watching movies, watching my friends play games, checking up on friends, like being a no life on Twitter, trying to make Instagram work, building computers or repairing computers, building up my computer, cleaning. But when I'm in album mode, you know, I hop on, I try to write as much as I can. I literally just like hop on, dick around on FL Studio until something sounds good, and then two things will either happen: either I'll spend like an hour or so on an idea, and it won't really go anywhere, and I'll like give up and hate myself, or I'll have a really good idea, and then 8 hours later, the song's done. And then
nice.
The rest that I have to do is like over a course of a few weeks is like mix it and master it, do touch-ups, change things. But like if I'm really into an idea, I'll get it all down in a single day, and I'll like just for like the body of the song, and then I'll go back in when I'm like done grinding my teeth for 8 hours and you know, fix shit and like, you know, make it a I don't know, a full song.
Absolutely, I agree. I think for me, whenever I start a song and like I'm just not. I have this. I really should need to know when to just give up with the song sometimes, because I'll just sometimes like grind my teeth on one. And I'm like, I actually don't like this. All of my like songs that I always think are my favorite songs that I've ever made are like, oh, I just sat down and like wrote the core idea of this in like 2 hours, and then spent the rest of the time just like making it more fun for myself. And like that's always it. It's always. I don't know what it is. I feel like this is a very like unanimous experience for most music producers, where like the best stuff just like clicks instantly.
Yeah, it's and it just, you could never really like, you know, I don't sit down and like, I'm gonna make dubstep today, you know, like I'll sit down, I'll write like a little piano melody, or I'll make like a chord progression. I'll like make some interesting little melody idea, and then from there, you know, if I really am into it, you know, my brain just kind of like just takes over, and I autopilot until you know, I have at least a general idea of what it's gonna be, because then I can just add shit on top of like an already solid like melody idea, and that can like take anywhere from, like I said, like 8 hours, a couple weeks, and maybe I might come back to it like a year fucking later and be like, oh, I know how to finish this now. It's just it's really dependent. I'm like the worst at like being on time for producing shit, because I'm on my own time, and if I'm not into something, then I'm not gonna want to finish it, or if I'm not inspired by the thing I'm doing, then I'm also not gonna want to finish it. So it really is just like a gamble if I hit gold.
Right. No, I feel the same way. It's a very like for me when especially, I don't know if you ever do song commissions. I most of my time doing music nowadays is just working on music for other people. Because like a lot of like when you really get into the VTuber circle, there's always someone who like, yeah, you know, I need a BGM, I need something, and so I end up making a lot of things that aren't for me. And I think that like is exhausting to my process, because like I'm just like, oh, I don't feel this, but they feel this, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I make it very clear, if I ever really do kid commissions, that you need to be hiring me because you know what kind of shit I make, you know what you want made, and you still understand that I'm gonna write what I write. Like, I don't do like, if someone asks for like, can you make a rhythm tear out track, I'm gonna be like, fuck no, because I don't know how to do that. That's not what I'm into. That's not like the type of music I write. But I don't know, if a VTuber has like a good idea and they're like, you know, genuinely nice people, and like, you know, they're pretty chill with me, and I'm inspired to do it, like, you know, totally. But it's very seldom that it happens, because I'm pretty like selfish when it comes to my music, because they're like my like my children, you know. Like, I want to make sure that whatever I birth is gonna like mean something, and that, like, you know, it's not just like they're collaborating with me because of who I am, but they're collaborating with me because of like I don't know, the merit of my work.
right.
You know what
Just
I mean?
inherently, they have seen your footprint, and they like believe in the
fuck with
vision.
it heavily.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They fuck with the footprint, and I think that's really great. You know, I have most of my music like kind of comes down to like drum and bass. I've been a big drum and bass since I was born. Like, oh yeah, since I was born, and so like sometimes people ask me to make like really rocky songs, and I'm like, okay.
How though? How do I do that?
It's like I can. I know I can.
That's not what you really want to do.
Right, exactly. One of the weirdest ones though, but I actually really ended up enjoying, is when someone asked me to make like a you know, like those cinematic classical pieces, not like actually classical, but like cinematic classical.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was a very shocking, like, oh, this is actually a lot of fun. I could see myself doing this again. This is really weird. Which brings me, actually, great segue, because this is another question. What do you think were the most interesting musical discoveries that made and shaped who you are as a producer?
Do you mean like artists, or like stuff that I've made?
Stuff that you made. For example, I don't know. Some people say, some people have told me compression. Some people, when I ask this question, they've said, oh, I really discovered what compression did, and it fucking shaped me. Or like, you know, like.
I guess when I figured out how to make a chord progression with a pluck, and then like a saw wave into like a big wall of sound, and then finding out what like future bass and mid tempo was, that kind of like shaped me super hard because those genres require like it was like a blend of heavy and pretty stuff, and I wasn't aware that you could mix the two. I always thought it was like super separated. But then I started hearing really big artists like Porter Robinson and like Imanu and Dead Mouse and Seven Lions and just a lot of like really melody based musicians. And I, you know, that kind of like changed how I approached music. I realized that like I could make really symphonic and story driven shit by mixing those two things together. And it kind of inspired me to want to like push forward and like move towards those kinds of sounds, because it would like become a template for the type of stuff I wanted to write and like what I like strive to be good at. Yeah.
I see. And now you actually really mentioned it real quickly. Do you have any like particular artists who you think were like these person really shaped my sound?
Yeah, Dead Mouse definitely. They were the first like, not like the first electronic musician, because my dad was introducing me to really early electronic, like Ian Van Dahl, like Armin van Buuren, fucking like shit from Ministry of Sound, Carte Blanc, shit like that. But yeah, I think Dead Mouse was a really huge inspiration. I say Porter, only his Virtual Self and first album. Sure, his new stuff is good. But like, I don't know. I feel like his fan base ruined it for me, so I just don't listen to him as much anymore.
Oh no!
Can't stand him.
I
I literally mute and block every Porter stan I see it on Twitter. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh shit!
Like,
Fuck!
I'm talking about like they'll get a picture of him like just existing. They're like, this man is literally my god, and it's like, dude, can you stop doing that? He wrote a whole album about not doing that. Anyways, besides that, I think really specifically Dead Mouse is what like got me to even like write music.
Really?
Like they were like, I never heard like music like that before, and like
When did you start?
the way he writes like chord progressions and melodies it's like very unorthodox. If you look at his stuff like on a scale, I don't even know how to read music, but people who have like reviewed his stuff and like has shown like what it looks like technologically like on a music scale and like what he's doing, it's just super interesting. It's like really out of the box shit, and like I didn't really know what the terminology or what exactly he was doing when I first heard it, because I wasn't a musician, but I knew that it affected me in a very profound way.
That's good.
So I followed all his shit, and I don't know, it really did shape how I like approached music. I really wanted things to be melody driven. I wanted them to matter. I wanted there to be some sort of like complexity in the way I would write, because it gave me like, I don't know, just it made me feel like I was getting good at something. And I think that, you know, when I first started, is like that's kind of what I wanted to do. Like I didn't really know, you know, I didn't know I would be here. I when I like opened my shitty college laptop, you know, on my way from my first music festival, I wasn't like, I can't wait to be fucking Skrillex, dude. Jesus, you know. I wrote some doofy bullshit track, and it felt good to do, and I was like, I could do this. This is fun.
You could do it
I
again.
just kept doing it, and I didn't have like a plan to be anyone, because I was figuring out who I was, and music helped me like express that. And you know, if it wasn't for those early artists who introduced me to those types of genres of music that I didn't know existed, you know, I never would have done it. And so I just have those artists like to thank for that, because they really inspired me.
So would you say you know who you are now?
I know who I am for now.
Oh, ooh. How malleable is that?
I don't think anyone truly knows who they are, because human beings change. Like we're never the same person. Like maybe we might like hold the same values for a long time, but everyone is really fluid. No one truly knows who they are. There are studies and sermons that I read and listen to where it's posited that the person you think you are now is, how do I say this? there's a version of you that exists in your subconscious that is completely different from who you are. And that entity within you is making decisions for you before you even realize a decision is being made about something. Like it's a completely unconscious version of you that exists. There's also a huge reason why I love this anime called Serial Experiments
I
Lane.
love Lane. Oh my god.
Yeah, it tackles on like what the real you is and how it's impossible to know because every version of you that exists and every other person's like viewing of you
It's a new you.
Is a new you. Yeah. So like I could say that I know myself as well as I do, but someone else could see in me a part of me that I am unaware of because they're only aware of it because they have seen me. I could be living with myself forever, which I'm doing, but there's always a possibility, and it probably has happened more than once, that I am being viewed as a different version of who I am, and I'm just unaware. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Do you think that is like this is a hyper spiritual question, all right? Hyper spiritual question. Do you think that that version of you is an innate part of you, or that's like an external part of the soul?
I believe, and this is like kind of a thing I've tapped into my music with, especially in one of my tracks, Realm of the Boundless. I believe that we're all from like some primordial ooze.
Thank you for the highlight water.
That is unable to be perceived in our current like form. Like we were all from a singular point in time in which we were, if you really think about it. If you want to talk about the Big Bang and what the singularity, quote unquote, is like, I don't know, predetermined to be, because we don't actually know. I believe that if we all came from the same thing and we're all made of the same shit, we're just reflections of each other, that my externalized view from someone else of who I am is just a reflection of who they are seen through me. And there is the only real separation that we have between each other, like I'm able to talk to you and you're able to talk to me, is because that is what form we have come to be. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to think about it, before we existed, we were like just subatomic particles just bouncing around.
Right, exactly.
Like that's hard for us to like conceptualize because those things don't have a voice. They don't have a human trait. They just are, and they just exist as is. But like, I am not really sure what the soul is. But to me, the soul is a micro piece of an infinite tapestry that is expanding forever.
I love that answer.
And like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
No one is really anyone because we're just a reflection of each other of the same thing. We're only changed and shaped by external experiences that we have no control over.
I see. To put something on that, I form a lot of my like. This is gonna sound super fucking dorky and nerdy, but that's just who I am. I form a lot of like my very deep spiritual beliefs through the media I consume and I enjoy, because I think I have this belief that people who create art, really profound art, have a window into, whether it's conscious or subconscious, have a window to a deeper understanding of reality.
Yeah.
And so I think have you read Berserk?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh, real quick. Hi, Raiders. How you doing, TDW? Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome to your things. Please enjoy your stay.
It's been a while, bro.
Right? No, for sure. Been a while. It's definitely been for me a while. You know, it's been a while. But thanks so much for the raid, TDW. I'll give you a shout out. But yeah, so in it, there is this panel where I can't remember who exactly shows Guts this, but someone shows Guts like where like all souls go. Like it's all like a sort of spiraling singularity that ebbs and flows, and we all kind of like feed into each other and through like a big subconscious sort of thing. And I've always felt like that was like, this seems like the most real like explanation of how the soul possibly shapes itself in and around itself, you know, like and how when you say, you know, people have we all started from something. I think we all start from something. I think we all kind of return to something at the end.
Yeah. You're coming here to experience a thing, and then you go back, and then if you want to believe that the everything is you, and you are the everything, then you're just coming back as the same you, just in a different perspective. Like you're just a new point of causality, based off of the same basic building blocks that we as human beings are able to perceive as quote unquote life.
I see. Now then,
like we were all particles at one point, and like now we have like malformed into this thing to express and experience in this way. And no amount of religion or scientific understanding is ever going to truly like make sense of it. Like we're just going to be, and then even when we cease as a species of being, we're just going to be changed into something else, because matter doesn't like die, like it just changes form.
Exactly. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I do know exactly what you're saying. We are just like every real quick, I did not plan to talk to you about spirituality, but I'm really happy to be doing so. Thank you so kindly.
No,
for doing that.
I mean, that's like a huge part of my music, is like me expressing like me coping with what it means to be alive and what it means to die, and then what it means to just like exist. That's like what most of my music is like about. It's like the struggle between the ego death of knowing that the potentiality of me being something greater than I currently understand, and then the day-to-day struggles of being in that reality and being in the confines and constrictions of those subset of rules to exist, and still being profound enough to be like, that person is not perfect, but they have an unlimited number of experiences that have shaped them to be this way, and that's like beautiful.
That's beautiful. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even when it's shitty, even when they're shitty to me, it's like, you weren't always shitty. Like an unspoken set of things has happened to you to shape you to come to this moment to be mean to me. And like, it's really easy to just be pissed at people and hate people, but like, like they're going through their own shit, and like I have to remember not only the beauty of like being so connected with people that I understand that, but that they exist as is, and even though they're like maybe being rude or mean or some kind of thing, like they're still valid to exist, because like, I don't know, morality isn't real. We just are. We just made these rules to extend the lifespan of human beings. So
Exactly.
like, both sides are just like really interesting to look at.
Absolutely. It's really is interesting to look at. And now then I wonder how your thoughts on this question is human experience free, or is it predetermined?
So I have looked into determinism and the free will argument. It's really hard to say, because if you think of the universe as a self-organizing system, sure, maybe determinism is real, because if two particles bounced off of each other, that's going to cause a chain reaction to make a thing happen determinately, like no matter what. But like, I believe that if gravity and matter exists as things that can be affected by gravity and matter, human beings can affect all of those things as well as causality. Like, you could argue like a rock can't really change things. It's a rock. Maybe if in some spiritual way that rock is like meant to be there, but human beings have the capacity to change. Like, we can make choice, and if the illusion of choice is like, I don't know, a thing, I still wouldn't think it mattered, because then you're determined to go to this certain outcome no matter what. So it's like, both don't really matter, and both are valid, because I would like to believe that people have free will and that we have the choice to change and shape our reality as we see fit. That's one of the benefits of being a part of the everything, is that we understand we can do those things. But if determinism is real, then it doesn't matter. You're going to die at a certain time. There's nothing you can do about it. So you might as well enjoy the time that you have. And if you do have free will, then you have the choice to decide how you're going to enjoy that time, regardless of when you're going to die.
Wow, that's really deep. That was really beautiful. Thank you.
So, it really doesn't matter. Like, everything will end or will change. No amount of understanding which particles affect what, or what life means, or am I gonna get a girlfriend? Am I gonna be the best league? Like, none of that shit matters. Like, what matters is just experiencing it. And no amount of someone doing better than you and worse off than you is gonna make your human experience here any less valid.
Exactly. I don't talk actually too much about my spirituality, but I always said, the meaning of life to me is just being alive, just experiencing it.
Yeah, you create that meaning. It is based on you. You literally are the center of your own universe, and then everyone is the center of their own universe, because that's where your point of perception begins, with you.
Exactly. Oh, real quick, let me just real quickly say hello to ours. Mitch, thank you guys so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you so very kindly. Today we are hanging out with the very talented, very cool, very lovely Ghosty. Thank you so kindly for the raid. I won't dwell too much because I do want to get back into the review. But thank you so very kindly. I'll give you guys all a shout out. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's oh God. It's really.
And if you try to talk to people about that shit too, you'll either seem very pretentious or like insane. But like these are kind of like the facts of life that we have like kind of like figured out, and we figured out way earlier than that. People who are Buddhists, people who are like religious, everyone is kind of in their own way talking about the same thing, a singular source or entity or person or thing that is the everything, that is all the things and none of the things. And like every religion like talks about that thing, and we're all looking for that thing without realizing that the thing isn't separate from us. It's a part of it. We're not like separated from the, like, I don't know, the web of life. We permeate it. We're like, I'm sitting down on a chair right now, but like I'm really just sitting on a bunch of particles. Like my ass isn't even touching this chair. Like it's touching everything,
right,
because I'm connected to everything.
Right.
So it's like I don't know, like it's really easy to forget that when we live normal lives and we have parameters of which we must meet to exist, like paying rent and bills and interacting.
The government.
And food, the government.
I'm not a big fan of the government.
It's just tiny subsets of things that are kind of distracting from just living. But that also could be true of like, maybe that is part of living. Like maybe these new parameters that we've invented for ourselves, these little tiny human beings on this little planet, is like necessary to grow and evolve from what the next thing we're going to be is. Because like we're still going at it. Like we're going towards something.
Right, we got a lot of work.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. So like I'm excited to see where that goes.
Which, question for you: If you could see like 10,000 years into the future, what would you want to see, and what would you hope to see? Or sorry, what do you think you're gonna see, and what would you hope to see?
I would hope to see progress.
What does progress look like to you?
I would like to see progress is
GTA 6 is out. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's funny. God damn it, balls. I would like to see people have a better understanding of each other, themselves, and the world around them. Not even like a we should accept each other for every little fucking thing. No, I mean more like a who are we individually with one another. I would want that, because then like all the other technological advancements would just follow. Because we're no longer fighting against each other, or like, I don't know, the endless cycle of life and death. We would literally just be like existing, and we would exist in a way that's like efficient enough to not think about the other bullshit and like progress like as a society, because we'll have figured it out. We'll have like come to some sort of agreement that like everyone is, I don't know, a thing or a concept, and it wouldn't be so like, I don't know, segregated like mentally from each other.
Like there would be a more deeper understanding of what humans need from
And are and is and can be for us and for each other.
I see. Do you
know
think?
what I'm saying?
Do you think we'll go to space by then?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
fuck
I
yeah.
just think it's gonna be hard. Like
I think
space, it's so hard. It's one of the. It's like every little thing about space is meant to like destroy the human body.
Absolutely. And I think
Like-
that what you mentioned about when we have a deeper understanding of each other, I think that is like because we have resources in this planet. We have things. And I think it's just that like that ourselves holding each other back that like stops that advancement.
Yeah. I mean, you know, people have their opinions on what is and isn't correct and right, and I think once we understand that bias, but then also try to treat each other with like dignity and like understanding, it'll just be better. Like we don't have to accept every little thing about each other.
No.
We're different.
Yeah.
Like we're no longer part of the source. We are, but we're no longer like a single entity of quote unquote the source. We're all separated. We're all like fragmented. And I think once we understand that and like make some level of understanding that like is profound and just better than what we have now, I think it'll be easier for us to work together towards a better future, because then we'll have got that shit out of the way and we'll be like, yeah, you're different than me, but that's fine. It's all good.
Good, right? Yeah. I think it is, because at the end of the day there are so many things that are pretty superficial that it'd be nice if we just kind of like, yeah, we could look past it. It'd be like,
Yeah.
it would be nice. I had a good question. Okay, I had a good question, but I guess I'm just gonna have to grab onto one of the ones that I had written here. Actually, that's such a good segue. Now, actually, well, hold on, no. So clearly, you have like really deep thoughts. I feel about spirituality, about the human experience. I feel that's a fair statement, I think, to say. Yes.
Yeah.
And you explore it through your music. Do you think you want to explore it through other mediums as well?
I used to draw in high school, and I have a really nice art tablet I just haven't touched, but I'd like to draw more. I really want to continue building and repairing computers, and maybe even like become a coder.
Oh shit, for real.
I would really like to lane pill myself without forgetting that we need to connect with each other physically. That's the whole point of the goddamn show.
That is the point. Yeah, that is the big point.
Yeah, and maybe even psychology. I feel like even though there are a lot of things I don't understand about people, I do feel like I have the ability to like understand very difficult and gray area like concepts and arguments that like my friends and like people I know of are going through, and I feel like I'm able to like understand it in a way where it can be digested and understood by both parties to like benefit both of them. So even if like someone feels like wronged by something, I can explain to them like, this might be why you're feeling this, but also you're valid for feeling this because that person said a thing that affected you. And even though maybe that person didn't mean it, they still affected you in that way. So you should talk to this person about why this thing affected you, and maybe y'all can come to some sort of understanding to be better for it. Like I would love to do psychology or like stuff like that to help people.
Yeah, that is, for example, for me, for like as a daycare teacher, that's a big part of, like, in a sense, like of being a teacher of that nature. There's a lot of, like, we could just like hash it out and have understandings, and I think having a good grasp on that, I think it's a really valuable skill. I think it's a really and I think it fits really well into the medium of psychology too.
Yeah.
So then this big that adds on is what you do now not your final step?
I don't know.
Not even close.
I really don't know.
Oh, you really don't. No. Okay.
I really I'm really just like I'm just kind of winging it, Like,
Fake it till we make it.
I'm on my like 11th album that I finished, and like I haven't written anything else after this because I've just been relaxing. Everyone's been telling me, dude, you've written a lot of music. You need to actually like just take a minute and not write anything. Just enjoy life and have fun. You earned it. Mm-hmm. I don't really know what's after this. I really don't. The current way the industry and music is how volatile it is right now. I might not be able to do this forever. I would like to, but I also would like to expand my skills past music. I would love to keep doing computer stuff. I'm really passionate about fixing and building and diagnosing computers. Like it's a very big part of my life. It's something that I would like to pursue more. Yeah.
What made that such a big? Because you know what, that one I had no window to. I did not know that. What made that a big part of your life? Like how does that relate to the rest of computers? How does that relate to like the rest of your, like, you have world building through your characters, you got great music. How it feels a little separate or is it not?
No. My grandpa got me into computers and taught me all most of what I know, and then I learned on my own. But the name ghost data refers to a technological phenomenon where after you delete data, if you really look through each sector, like at a crazy some level, you can still find bits of that code and that data existing, even though it's deleted. Like it still exists, and they call it ghost data. So when I made that name, I kind of hearkened it to like maybe that's what like people are. Like when we die, even though we're gone, there's some remnant that exists through other people based on the things we do, the things we leave behind, or the people we've like interacted with. So that, like, to me, when I made that name, it was kind of like my understanding of what the soul was, of how like it doesn't really die. It just latches on to others and is able to like stay alive in some way, especially if you're an artist. Like if you, I feel like artists are like the constructors of like their own soul, and like when you work on art in such a way where you're able to affect people on such a massive scale, like who you were when you leave is just, I feel like, more profound.
That's cool.
Because you're able to like channel who you were and not package it into a product, but like you're able to put it into something tangible that people like are affected by. Like I feel like when people listen to my music, and I this is just a really insane example.
Okay, tell me.
I'll have people be like, man, your stuff is really good fucking music. Thanks for the sex tunes. I'm like,
okay, you do have some good fucking music though. You do have some good fucking music. I will tell you that.
Thanks. And like, I've actually had someone DM me saying, "Hey, we conceived our child to your music." Like, I will never forget that. I'm like, "Damn, that's crazy."
Damn, that's crazy.
Full-bodied is what made y'all have baby fuck me. Damn.
Damn. If someone were to DM me something like that, I'd be like, I'm printing that and put it on the fucking wall.
Yeah. So like, when I came up with Ghost Data, it was just like, nothing truly dies. Like we just go through like a cycle, and if you're good and you like work really hard on your art, or being a good person and like making yourself known and like changing people's lives, and like even shit that you don't realize are changing people's lives. Like you're changing people's lives every day someone interacts with you. It's just how it
Absolutely.
is. And so like I feel like you can live forever that way.
One of my best examples, I think the best example of that, there's a study called the good day the good it's called the good day study, and what it says is that if you statistically speaking, if you greet everybody who passes by you just saying hi, good morning, how are you doing, you are 10 times more likely to have a much happier life, because it's those interactions. People like remember the feeling of like, hi, how are you doing? You know, good morning. I see you. I acknowledge your existence. And
Yeah, yeah.
And that like reciprocation of like, you know, then people start doing it around you. People start doing it. It's actually infectious. It's a very
Yeah,
what the study
yeah.
says is that saying good morning in if you like work at an office space. So the study was done around office spaces, and particularly office spaces where, you know, it's very like everybody gets into a cubicle and fucking doesn't talk to nobody the whole day. And it's just a very miserable, inhumane experience. People notice that once they start introducing like plants, they started making like, you know, like they like planting people who would just be like, hi, how are you? Like it made the environment a much happier environment, demonstrated through the fact that people were calling in sick. They were calling sick less. They were more willing to have positive discussions about like work that needed to be done, and it made the environment overall much more pleasant. And it was really just 3 people they would plant into these environments, and as the moments go, and as they remove those people from those environments, the culture of like pleasantness and you know, being pleasant to one another and saying hi, how are you doing? You know, hope you're having a good day. Looking at each other and seeing each other's eyes and faces. It had a lasting effect, and I think that's kind of a little bit what you're getting at there. Where like, you know, when you touch when you touch a human soul, it resonates. It resonates,
Yeah.
and it like spins back around to other people, and that ultimately spins back around to you.
Yeah, someone saying hi to someone, you never know, because like that's someone you said hi to, or like, hi, you look nice, or something. People don't realize, but little things like that really like changes people. It's profound. It's
It's
like
profound.
that is going to affect them in a way where they change how they act, which is going to affect another person, which is going to affect another person and another person. It's just like a chain reaction of like of like, just I don't know, just a chain reaction of interaction. I'm trying to think of a better word than that.
But I get what you mean.
It just creates a chain reaction of perception that like you will never know, but it is just it has a potential to like move people in a global scale. And like you'll never know if you didn't say hi, if you didn't interact, you know. I think that's why it's so important to go out and like make new friends and say hi to people and try to be courteous and you know, just, you know, being a decent enough person, because you're affecting people on a daily basis without even knowing. Like there's like an infinite number of ways that you, by just existing, are changing people's lives.
Absolutely.
And I think if more people like knew that, they wouldn't feel so like shitty about themselves.
Absolutely.
Because they matter.
Yeah, right? Like your existence, even if you are like a jobless, like no prospect person, has a lot of value. Just existing alone, just being a part of the matter, being a like literally the matter. Being a part of the matter, like the physical things and elements in the environment, gives you so much power over reality to like just do things in a positive way. Disappointment asks, what do you struggle with being antisocial? I don't think what we're saying is that no, you gotta go out and tell everybody. I don't think that's really it.
That's not it. You can like save your energy for the people that you connect with the most. That's fair.
That's fair.
I do think being antisocial though, it will be a detriment. It will. Like I know it's hard for you and it's hard for some people, but that's the risk you take when you connect with others. You don't know who they are. You don't know what they're capable of. You don't know what you're capable of interacting with those people. But you'll never really know until you do it.
Right.
And that's just like, that's just it is always a risk to put yourself out there.
Right.
Always.
Even with the people you love, even with the people you love and trust the most. Some days they just say something and it changes your relationship with them permanently. Like it's happened to me, I've had really good friends who, like we just said the wrong thing at the wrong time and we don't talk anymore. Or I've had people who like I vehemently disagreed with, and I just said like, hey, no, literally actually what's happened one time. I told someone I dislike that works, like, hey, I like your tie. It looks nice. It looks really good. And they're like, oh, thank you. And then they just started talking to me and it changed the dynamic. It changed the dynamic.
Yeah. And like it's also important to remember that, because I feel like antisocial is like you're trying to like disrupt, like, I don't know, shit, and like being shy. Like it is different. Being shy and being antisocial are different. But it's like you also have to understand too that you are not meant to get along with every fucking person.
No, fuck no. Some people are just fucking assholes.
There are people out there who are contrarian just for the sake of being contrarian. They just want to go against what what the status quo is. They want to be mean. They want to just be shitheads because they had an insanely different life than I had that turned them that way. And like, it's important to remember that even past that, you still have to do it. Like, if you don't, there is just a level of growth you as a human being are not going to be able to get. And I'm sorry, dude, but like it's literally biology. It is literally biology. You are meant to be a social being. Like, sure, there are people who do it and like they can be alone, and they're like a minority. Like there are very special cases where people genuinely just don't need to interact with people and like they live great lives. That's fair. But like, in my opinion, in my musings, I have found that connecting with people, putting myself out there, knowing I have trust issues, but still putting trust into people has benefited me. Even when it hurts me, it's like a lesson I learn, or it's a new thing to watch out for. So it's like, it's just another part of the human experience. And I'm no longer afraid to risk it, because it would be better to risk it all and have gained something than to
have never
put
gained nothing at all.
myself in a box and gain nothing at all. Exactly.
Right. A good friend of mine taught me this, who in a time when I was really struggling with relationships, romantic relationships, they said to me like, Ray, you really should thank the people who turn you down, because at the end of the day, they're just getting you one step closer to the person who is meant to be your person.
Yeah, and that harkens back to my idea that the universe is a self-organizing organism. Like, whether you believe or not, if you want to believe determinism, which is awesome because you can, then those shitty people who you don't fuck with, they're, like you said, they're just funneling you towards the people who you will fuck with, who will understand you better than those people. The real ones, yeah, for you. Like, like I firmly believe the universe is a self-aware, self-organizing system that is unaware of itself. It just permeates and exists as is, and we're all just pieces of that tapestry of infinity. And like, I love now when I meet someone I don't fuck with, because it's like, thanks, save me the time.
Save me the time, save me the effort.
Save me the time and energy. I can just go. I can keep moving forward. You made it super easy for me. Thank you.
No, absolutely. Yeah. How often do you find that you meet people you don't fuck with? I'm curious.
A lot.
Really?
I work in the music industry, man.
Oh, I guess so.
There's some toxic people here, man. There is a lot of really fucked up people in this industry who just want to use you and abuse you and put you down, and like I meet a lot. Like, I have a very particular like this conversation. I like you.
Oh,
I think
thank
you're
you.
really cool. Like, I think you're really nice to
you.
talk to.
Thank you, Ghost.
I feel like we understand each other in a way that is natural and easy to talk to. But
Right.
like, there are people out there where it's like there's like it's either like a level of intelligence or self-awareness that I know they don't have, and I can't fault them for that because people grow and evolve at their own pace. I can't be mad at someone for not being at my level of understanding or patience or knowledge of something. Like, it's not right of me to chastise them for it. That doesn't mean I have to stick around and fuck with them,
Absolutely.
like, at all. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes the best move is just to not play, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no. But yeah, I agree. I think it's as hard as it is, it's always worth the effort to just take the leap of faith. Because, like, worst case scenario, you land on your face. Best case scenario, make a new friend. Make a new friend for life.
Yeah. I think it's worth risking it than to not, because then you're not really living. Sure, you can isolate and you can protect yourself and build walls, and sure, that can work for a while, but everyone, no matter where you go, everyone is connected. Lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
Absolutely.
it's just a part of the human experience, and you can't run from it.
Right.
Destiny follows the same. Whatever the hell Thanos said. Whatever
Right.
he said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am inevitable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, to shift gears a little bit, I'm gonna harken back a little bit to your experience as a music producer, as a creator, as someone who has released 11 albums, and I saw some of your friends, fans, loved ones say like, it's been too long since the last album, 12th one coming out soon. But now I'm curious, Oh, real quickly. Kai, if you take things to the raid, welcome to your things from. Please enjoy stay Raiders. If you're tired, you're hungry, please don't let me hold you hostage. My name is Ray Call Sounds. I'm your local music producer from the far future of 3064. And today we're hanging out with the very lovely, very talented Ghost Data. Hi. Feel free to say hi if you want to too. But thank you so kindly for the raid. I am focusing on, we are having an interview with Ghost Data. If you choose to stick around, I really appreciate it very greatly. If not, I totally get you gotta get a right run. Please let me give you a shout out. But I am gonna focus a little bit on the interview. Thank you so kindly though. Okay, so I was saying, someone who's released a bunch of albums as you have, to starting producers, to starting creators, there's a lot of different things. What would be your top 3 suggestions to someone who's starting it? What would be your suggestions artistically? What would be your suggestions financially? What would be your suggestions in mentality? Curveball, eh?
Pick a name that does not exist on any socials. Really think
SEO.
hard about your fucking name, because your search engine optimization for I don't know, DJ spins a lot. Yeah, good fucking luck.
Oh god, no.
Flame dude, or like DJ Styles, some dumb fucking name that everyone has. Your SEO is going to suffer. It just is. So, number one, if you want to be a musician, really think about a good fucking name. Really think of one. And then when you think of a good name, check all the socials. And if you don't see anything, make an account on everything. Even if you haven't even used it. SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, goddamn fucking shit, TikTok. God, I will never use it, but yeah, TikTok. DeviantArt, like everything you can think of. Make a fucking account. Take that name. You will have an edge of being discovered way more when people organically search your name, because they only search that one particular thing that is just connected to you. Game changer.
Game changer, dude. SEO. Yeah. I did not expect that answer at all. That was a out of pocket answer, but I completely agree. I actually spent like a long time like picking out the name Raycall. And and the only recently did I notice that, like, oh shit, like even then it wasn't as long as I could have thought, because sometimes people, instead of like typing, they're like Google, hey, thanks to fucking AI, it says, oh, did you mean recycle? I'm like, no, fucking recycled shit. So you really gotta think hard, even for streamers. That's like a thing for anybody who wants to make it in anything. Yeah, like SEO is big. It's a huge fucking thing.
Yeah, it's a big that's a big one. Second, y'all really gotta stop giving a shit about what people think about your music and art. No one's opinion and love is going to matter more than your own. And if you try to do this shit for the validation of others, you're gonna want to fucking give up faster than you started.
Mm-hmm.
There is not a single person, male or female or in between, or a religion or demographic or fan base that is going to motivate you to do what you do more than you. So just do it for yourself. Don't do it for anyone else. Just do it for you. Just have fun. Do it because you enjoy it and it makes you happy. Don't look for a career when you start. Your first priority should be to just have fun. Get lost in the pursuit of creation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get lost in like discovering it and surprising yourself with the strides you make in writing or drawing or whatever artistic thing you're doing. Just enjoy it and have fun. Mm-hmm. Literally everything else is secondary. And if you really give a shit about this stuff and you're about it, it will show to the right people and opportunities will just find yourself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, I am a big believer, because to me, I make music and I stream, and I think it's always going to be a hobby. I actually really do enjoy my day job of being a daycare teacher. Probably do need to change it just because fucking money sucks there. But like, I see people who are like starting and they're like, I'm starting because I want to fucking make bank. I'm like, what?
It's just the wrong.
What do you think you are? You want to make bank? Get on a fishing boat on the fucking Atlantic. You'll make some real bank there. You'll make bank enough to survive you for 3 years. Like in 2 quarters, you'll make enough bank to survive you for 3 years.
Exactly.
Like
it's like canonically, artists have always been like
poor.
Like there's a reason they call them starving fucking artists, dude. Like, you know, it's just how it is. So if you go in not expecting that, you will be pleasantly surprised by the strides you make, because you will not have set yourself up with expectations. Mm-hmm. Right? Expectations are the killers of creativity.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Even I obviously, like, you know, like everybody wants to make a little bit of money, and I don't think it's wrong to want to make money.
Not at all.
But I think it's important to know that, like, another important thing is to remember to like check your ego, because like, in a sense of like, when you're just starting, you know, no one's gonna know you. Like, the chances that you just, you know, even if you pop, like, there are some people I've seen pop really beautiful tracks, really fucking amazing tracks, like really, really like, oh shit, I fucking bang to this every day, like 1,000 followers on SoundCloud, like, no!
Yeah.
Like, it's sad, but it's true that, like, you know, it doesn't happen very often, I think. And I don't think that's wrong. So I think that you'd be better off enjoying your time, just making it, because you're just fucked with making it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, SEO for a good name, doing art for fun, having no expectations for that. What's another good piece of advice?
So I feel like we covered mentality and growth. So how about for music? What are some tips that you have for music production?
Please realize that making your songs as loud as possible is not a good fucking thing.
We a fellow lover of the loudness. The loudness for it. Mm-hmm.
Have some dynamics.
Get your dynamic range.
if you're gonna be loud with a purpose. Like make it make sense artistically. Don't just be loud because everyone is being loud. Like that's just dumb. Like have some soft parts, have some quiet parts, have some parts that build into a big part. Like, life isn't, one
Isn't 120
huge
decibels all the time?
banger, it's just it's free flowing. There are peaks and valleys, You're trying to paint a beautiful picture, not a, I don't know.
Not a Sonic 2x4.
Yeah,
And, I actually have a question for you then. A personal question. So how do you manage that with how streaming services, they all have inbuilt compression. They all compress your music a shit ton. I think Spotify has gotten a little better about it in the last couple 5-6 years. But these platforms, because they want to match loudness. They desperately want to I think one of the only platforms that I knew at the time that didn't do this was for example, SoundCloud, which was why I really liked uploading and posting and listening to things on SoundCloud, because you would just get really quiet songs sometimes, and I thought that was nice. So how do you reconcile that with that idea of having quiet parts, allowing for dynamic range, with the fact that streaming services actually hate that. They hate quiet parts. They want everything to be fucking loud all the fucking time.
I don't have an answer because I just wing it. I don't. Yeah. Oral's right. Oral Umbra's. We worked on a track together on my last album called Ontogenesis. He's really talented. They have an option where you can listen to the song as it's supposed to be, and it's the option's called sound equalization or something, or volume something. You can turn that off. And sure, there'll be some songs that are louder than others, but this is how it is.
Just turn the dial up sometimes.
Everyone has access to the volume knob.
Right, exactly. You can turn it up or turn it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Front Feet, how you doing? But there are there's a degree of decadence I've always found with that idea of just make it loud, make it fucking loud, make it fucking as loud as possible. And I'm that's why a big goal for me for a long time was to compose for movies, because they don't a lot of film scores, they don't do that. I always thought that was so cool. I love quiet parts and loud parts. It always makes the loud parts hit so much harder, and the quiet parts feel so much more heart squeezing. I love that shit.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to ask you some questions about, or some questions that some of my raiders have left for me. So I didn't vet these questions. So if they ask something real out of pocket, I am so sorry. Give me 1 second.
No, I'm up.
All right. Oh, I guess you kind of answered this one. Emerald asks, who or what inspired you to get into music creation, and what advice would you have as creators who are looking to get started? I feel like we've kind of covered this one.
We covered that, yeah.
We've covered this one. Garva says, oh, this is a good one. Maybe for you, we can get talking about money. Where can I buy physical editions of your music that support you directly?
There's some vinyls on Digger's Factory. I'm working on Garden of Eyes vinyl right now. I just have to Photoshop it, and I've been going through a lot. My father passed away in November, so I've been creatively and emotionally bankrupt.
Yeah.
But I'm getting good therapy, and I'm starting to bounce back. So you can, if you follow me on my socials, I will post the fuck out of it. You just gotta follow me on socials. I will post it at least once.
What's the day?
Fucking I don't know, man. When I do it.
This question did sand damage.
Yeah. So just keep an eye out, because some of these drops are limited time and limited quantity. So you really gotta follow me. Hit that follow, subscribe button, and wait till I fucking post about it.
And hit those 5 stars.
Yeah, hit the 5 stars, comment some bullshit for the algorithm. You know what to do.
Right.
But yeah.
Actually, question for you. How long have you, without saying your actual age, you don't have to if you don't want to, but how long have you been on the internet? What is how has the internet been for you? This is another question that I had written for
I've
you.
been on since like 2006.
Damn, about similar times. Well,
I'm
sometimes I just,
30. I'm 32.
oh shit, you're 1 year older than me.
I'm yeah, I don't know. I just I've been doing music for 13 years now, coming up on 14 April. I think April something. I gotta see. Whenever Symphony of the Shepherds came out, that's my anniversary for when I first started music. Shut up, Umbra. You're like 30. Shut up. Shut up. Your hip cracked on your birthday too. Shut up.
Yo, I hit 30 and like I literally felt a switch. I
That's what
felt a
everyone
switch.
says,
I
that's
hit
what everyone
30 and
says.
I was like, oh fuck, yo, something feels kind of wonky. Something don't feel too good no more.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm 30. It's been a good ride, you know. Like, you know, if everything crashed and burned, I'd have to figure it out. You know, hopefully I can get a job as a computer guy because I'm really really good at computers.
Oh yeah.
But I've done a lot. I've accomplished a lot. I've made a lot of really good friends, and I've made a lot of music. Like, I keep saying, like lately, like if I died tomorrow, that would suck, but like I feel like I could die peacefully knowing like I gave it my all, you know.
Yeah.
I've written a lot of stuff. I've affected enough people in my mind to believe that I've made some kind of impact on this world. And you know, I did the thing.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. Also, real quickly, hi, Scott Crow. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Bears. Welcome to your 3064. Please enjoy your stay. My name is Recall Sounds. I am your lovely music producer VTuber from the far future of 3064, and we are hanging out with the very lovely and very talented Ghost Data. We're having an interview, so I am gonna be focusing most of my attention there. But thank you so very kindly. I am reading the chat though, and I'm replying whenever I can. Thank you so kindly. I hope you had a lovely stream. Oh man, I'm kind of there with you. Like I'm feeling pretty. Like, you know, I've done things that make me feel pretty happy. But like, I need a baby first. I need a baby. I can't leave this planet without a baby.
That's fair. That's
That's been like priority number, like, shocker. The daycare teacher wants a baby.
That's good. I'm glad that, you know, you want that sort of thing. I feel like, you know, that's the ultimate like I have the opportunity to create and form this mind to be a good part of the ever expanding tapestry of life. Like that's a huge desire, and I think that's cool that you want to do that, you know.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Another question that someone asks: oh, what's your favorite instruments to play for fun? Rookie B asked, what is your favorite instrument to play for fun?
Piano. I have a piano. I really like playing piano. Feels good. I had a bass guitar a year or so ago. I had to sell it for some insane reason, but I'm planning on getting another one and relearning how to do the bass guitar because I had a lot of fun playing bass.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Another real quick question is D the Wanderer asks, what equipment / programs do you use to make your music? I heard you say you use FL, but anything else you really, really like swear by?
Yeah, FL Studio. I use my piano MIDI keyboard. I like Pluck synthesizers like Silent One. I like Serum. Serum 2 just came out. I gotta fuck with it. I use a bunch of like contact plugins like Emotional Cello or Tia Guo's packs. I like sampling stuff for mid-tempo. I would recommend getting a really beefy computer because once you get more complex and you start laying down more samples and automating and like moving really high quality sounds around, it starts to your CPU starts to take a beating. So I would definitely recommend investing in a pretty beefy computer.
Absolutely. I know that feeling. I used to produce on a, like, you know, Walmart laptop, and I'm like, what was I fucking smoking?
Same. That's what I did in the back
yeah,
of the
right,
car.
right. I literally could only do like MIDI. It was all I could do.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times. They've also asked what artists are your favorite. I feel we've already answered that. Oh, actually, we haven't asked this. Is there anybody you particularly would like to collaborate with? D. Diller also asks.
Bjork.
Bjork. All right.
Bjork is really good. I would love to collaborate with who's a good one? She's kind of like she's kind of, I don't know if black pilled is the word. She's just kind of like internet pilled. I would love to work with Grimes, you know, past her, whatever, with Elon, whatever. I really like her voice and the way she uses her voice as samples. I don't know if she still does that because she's come a long way since then. Yeah, Grimes is really cool.
Oh, Grimes is really cool. Yeah.
Purity Ring, I would love to work with Purity Ring, but you know, I feel like they're on a different level than me. I love them. They're a huge inspiration too. Purity Ring would be a good one. I would love a vocal with the singer from Evanescence. God damn.
Oh, I got to meet her personally. It was really nice, and not in a like a shitty like fucking like come meet the art. No, in a very casual environment. It was really nice.
Cool. Yeah. I heard she's really like down to earth.
She is. She's a really sweet person. She's a really sweet person. Really nice person.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the question? I forgot.
No. It's who would you like to? Yeah, you asked her. Who would you like to collaborate with?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think if there's other people. I mean, I'd love to collaborate with like, what's her fucking name? The fucking Imanu. He's cool as fuck.
Ah, all right.
I just think there's a lot of people that I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't really mesh well with a lot of producers who are like big, just because like I'm very particular in what I want, and like I don't know, I don't know if my shit would like meld well with a lot of people just because I'm so particular about what I like want.
And now another question is oh god, I had a question. I came up with it. It slipped my tongue. How did that happen? I fucking hate when that happens. Fucking
That's okay.
Okay, saying that. Sorry, let me just rewind my brain for like a second.
That's okay.
Thank you for the hydrant, by the way, Balam. Oh, okay. Actually, yes. So, question for you. So, how do you go about how? This is a kind of two-part question. How do you go about picking like who you collaborate with, like the artists, the vocalists you collaborate with, or other producers you collaborate with, and how important do you think collaboration is actually to the like music, like the growth process of a music creator?
Vocalists, it's really random. I'll either hear someone from a song and I'll DM them and be like, hey man, do you do collaborations? I really like your voice. If not, I totally understand and I really love your stuff anyways. So I'll just like cold call some of these people. For producers, I don't know, it's like I usually become their friends first and then we collab. Like sometimes it's not that way. Sometimes I'll like, you know, hire a vocalist and it's very by the books and very, you know, businessy, but most of the time it's usually like I become friends with these people. One of my recent newer collabs with this guy named Emir. He's really talented. I heard him from his song Never Change, and I was really inspired by him. I was like, dude, like you're really good. What would it like? This is a shot in the dark, but what would it cost to hire you on as a vocalist and like, you know, instrumentalist for this track I have? I think you might like. And it was really a cold call, and like when I sent that email, his manager hit me up. He was like, hey, let me relay this to Emir. You know, what'd you have in mind? I was like, well, I have these couple of tracks that are unfinished, and I was maybe thinking, you know, he would like one of them. We could work on something. I really like his stuff. And you know, then they sent it over to Emir, and he DM'd me back on Instagram. He's like, dude, I really like this shit. Like, let's work on something. And you know, I think it's easier to collaborate with people who are like genuinely interested in what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And those collabs that are more organic, I feel like they are more like fruitful than others. I can hire vocalists and it's you know, it's fits by the books and they just want to be paid and they just want to do the thing, you know, that's fair. And you know, you can still make a great song out of that. But for me, most of the time, whenever I make friends with these people, or at least get to know them and understand them in a way that's, past an email chain, I feel like that's where I can collaborate easier because, bouncing ideas off of each other, where it's not such a clinical environment, just feels more natural. And I feel like we can both be vulnerable enough to express ourselves in a way where it assists with the music process. I feel like even working with Umbra in chat right now, he had a really good idea, and we were supposed to collab for a long time, and he just it was like at the end of my album. I think this is the last track I finished actually, for the album. And yeah, he sent me this really good instrumental, and it was just something I had never heard before, and it was really inspiring. I was like, dude, let's do something with this. And he was a friend first before but he was a friend first before we were collaborated. Like I kind of helped him figure out what he wanted to do, like musically, and I helped him with his SEO, and
That's cool.
it made sense that we would collaborate eventually. Before I even started making music, we met on VR chat, and as a DJ, and yeah, it's just that kind of organicness. When he sent me that instrumental, like, just made it easier to want to work with him because I knew he was talented and he was really good at what he does. And it ended up becoming like one of my favorite tracks of the album because it wasn't just a commissioned piece from someone I don't know. It was from like a friend, and yeah, I feel like
it was more personal.
Yeah, it was more personal. I feel like our styles just kind of like shine through because of that, and yeah, I know I'm just like really happy that can work out sommes.
Which track in particular did you say this one was?
I know how businessy the music industry can be, and that's fair, but yeah, it's just I personally feel like if you not even if you can become friends, but if it ends up that way, I feel like you're able to make something more unique and real because you're both being vulnerable in a way that's closer than just a business transaction.
Yeah, I've had a couple collabs musically. Admittedly, for me, my musical process has always been a more insular one. Not for not wanting to work with people, just I never really, because to me, I was just like, I'm just making music for myself for most of the time. I just, like, and I guess I'll post it. It was always like, oh, I'll just post it, I guess. But I've always, whenever I have work, because streaming did become a much more extroverted activity. I love streaming because I'm a very extroverted person. I love talking to people. I love being around people. I love just experiencing just people's thoughts and ideas. And so streaming always was like a place where I'm like, let's think, let's talk, let's be friends, let's do things. And so I have had like some where I've had to like, I can't sing to save my life. I can't sing to save my life. It's just never gonna happen. And I do agree that sometimes when you hire someone to sing for you, it just always feels a little bit like, to give the best performance, I always feel you have to be invested in the project. And when someone's in it for a paycheck, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think that's a sin. That's not a crime. We all got to put money on the table. We all got to put, food in our mouths.
It is different though.
It is different. It just never hits the same. For me too. It never hits the same. Yeah. It never hits the same. It always is like missing a touch of magic. And
yeah. I agree.
It is what it is. Lance asks real quick. They say, I'm too new for making electronic music. What can I learn first? How can I learn to make such music? And how can I motivate myself to make music like this?
Like what I make?
I'm assuming that's I've read word for word what they said.
That's hard. Like I've lived a very particular life. I've had very particular traumas and good moments and sad moments and mad moments. I don't know. I don't know how you make music like me, I don't even know. Like when I write, I usually just like let my body and my mind just do what it does, and I know it's kind of like a subconscious thing for me. It's not like I decided to write like mid-tempo or future bass or progressive house or any of that shit. It's just kind of like it just kind of came to me. And I don't know. I mean, the best advice I can give is just go listen to your favorite artists and then kind of dissect why you like them and then try to emulate that, and then eventually like you'll move from emulating to knowing how to do it in your own way, and then that's just all art is, just reinterpreting some other form
Right.
of art
Exactly.
that inspired you.
Everything is, as they say, derivative. Yeah. I don't know. I for some reason thought of a scene in It's Always Sunny in Paradise. It's Always Sunny in
Oh,
Philadelphia.
God. I love It's Always Sunny.
I love that show.
God, it's so good.
But anyways, yeah, I agree. You know, a lot of it is just you know, I have artists that I look onto, and I'm like, oh, you know, like for me, a big one, a huge inspiration for me has always been fucking Senator Penny Stocking.
Teddy Lloyd?
Teddy Lloyd. Teddy.
Yeah,
I love
Teddy Lloyd,
the music. I love the
yeah,
music.
he's really good.
He's really good. And so it's just sitting down and for hours just mulling over like, who, what is that sound? What are the sounds? Or like I sit down and listen, like a recent favorite I've had for the last like I think 2-3 years has been like Star Trek. I've really enjoyed their work. Been really good. But yeah, it's just sit down, listening, and trying to dissect and enjoy it. As you said, you know, you sit down and you enjoy it, and see what you get. Question now, another complete separate question, actually. Do you have a song that you've made that you think is very underrated?
Aeon Drive, Realm of the Boundless.
Oh, why? You knew right. Some people think about that. Some people like sit there and go like,
Because they're awesome.
They're awesome. and
They're
now
so cool.
And why do you think they didn't pick in the way you wanted them to pick?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't. Okay, fair enough.
People are too busy listening to fucking Full Bodied over and over again. They're just listening to Full Bodied. I get it. It's a good track. I get it.
It is a good track.
I know.
It's a banger.
So much other shit.
Much
other shit.
I was actually gonna ask about that track next. I was gonna say, like, do you think that track is and I'm getting a feeling that the answer is yes, but do you think that track is a little too eclipsing?
Oh God. 15 million plays later. Yes. I get it. I'm horny too, but fuck, man, go listen to my other shit, please. I've read so much better shit.
Oh.
No.
Because
every time I meet someone, they're like, "Oh, I love your music so much. I've listened to you forever. My favorite track, Full Bodied." I'm like, come on. So like, I get it.
It's a good kick. It's a really good kick.
I'm sure it is in 2019. Come on,
has it been that long? Oh my God.
It's been 6 goddamn years.
Oh my God. It's been that long.
We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, wow, 6 years.
What the fuck? I thought that track came, I'm like, that track came out like 3 years ago.
I don't count 2 of those years because we were in fucking COVID.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, January 1st, 2019. The fucking New Year's when I released that crap. Bro, like, I'm not gonna shit on a fan who likes Full Bodied. I'll never do that to their face. I'll never do this to your face. But please go listen to other shit. Please. I have excelled in a way where I am able to make just much better shit. Just go listen to something else. Please.
Yeah, I really do love your combination of like, you have a really like beautiful combination of like really harsh synth sounds, and then you layer like you flow between like the harsh sound and the soft sound really beautifully.
Thank you.
Fucking D, sure, but I think I almost wonder like when an artist does when an artist, I forget what the name of this game was called. I think it was called Zombie Island. And it's like you pick 4 characters, and one of the characters was like a rapper, and he had an issue where like he made one mega hit, and like everybody, it was this hit. I forget what it was called. Who Do You Voodoo? And so, do you think it's very common for artists to learn to hate some of their music in the sense that it becomes too big?
Fuck yeah. It's the same with do you know an animator named Oni NG?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know Dragon's Ball P?
Yeah.
That Virginia acted to Mickey. Now Gugu and Christian Stewart will have to fight. I hope they don't hit each other too hard. Like he hates that animation now. He hates it because everyone always like makes Dragon's Ball P quotes to him all the time.
All the time.
And he's done other shit.
You do other shit, right? Absolutely.
Yeah. Wingardium Leviosa. Like,
song.
oh my god, I bet he hates that shit now. Like,
Right? It gets old. It gets old. You know, it is shocking to say, you know, sometimes the creators like get tired of their own jokes. Like it was funny, like at first, and then you guys fucking ruined it.
I can't be mad at them because they enjoy it.
They
and
enjoy
like,
it. Who am I to take it away from them?
Shit on you, you know, Full Bodied. That song alone pays some bills. Like, I am gonna be so real with you right now. Like, if I had the choice to pull Full Bodied because I was so annoyed, I couldn't financially do it. I literally couldn't. They listened to it that goddamn much. Yeah,
you know, it's whenever you open up like your Spotify, it's the first song that plays always.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. And that's also shitty because like if anyone introduces my music to people, then they have to be like, yeah, check out Ghost Dad. And they look at this shit and they see this, they hear this damn song, Senpai, it's spotlight, I'll suck your cock, or whatever the hell she says.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's not a good representation of what I'm making now. It's different. Like I want people to listen to my newest shit because it's a better representation of like what I'm working on now. Sure, there are some tracks that like transcend that forever, like Celestial Bodies. Like that's a track that's never gonna get old for me because that was a really personal song. A Dream Eater is starting to get up there, super good. Blatant, not like wow, I'm gonna die for saying that. Aeon Drive and Realm of the Boundless, those are like really big ones that like describe me and like are what I've strived to make. Just please listen to something else, man. Come on. Please. I beg of thee.
Begging. We're literally sitting here begging to experience something a little different, experience something a little more fun, or something a little bit more different. Oh my God.
No, this is my little stupid ramblings.
That's actually a good question. What would be the first song you would show someone then?
Realm of the Boundless.
Realm of the Boundless. Nice.
Realm of the Boundless or Celestial Bodies or maybe even like Become God, because that one's a pretty decent one that I also like. But yeah, probably like Realm of the Boundless, Aeon Drive, or Celestial Bodies. Easy.
Yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Alrighty. Now, with all things being said, I have one final question. One,
Sure.
and I think this is always my favorite final question to ask. If you could like start it all over again, if you could change it, you could just do something completely different. Would you pick music production again, or would you? And if you wouldn't, what would you pick?
I'd probably choose to be a lawyer so I can have a fuck ton of money and not have to worry about.
You know, I always I actually say the exact same thing. I was like, "Fuck, I should have gone to fucking law school." Like my dad and mom begged me to. I should have gone to law school the way my mom and dad begged me to.
Like, I wish I had a job that wasn't so volatile and like scary that could end at any moment based
Right.
on people's like want and desire to listen to me. That'd be great,
That'd be
but
great. That'd be
I
good.
don't know. It's worth the risk. I've met a lot of cool people like
Oh,
you
thank you.
and fans, and I've made some really special moments existing in this space and doing what I do and being afforded opportunities because I've worked so hard at it. Yeah, I would totally do it again.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think there'd be some things I would love to have known before, like just not being so damn opinionated on Twitter or not fucking with certain people and just like staying in my lane. But if I didn't go through all that stuff, then I wouldn't be who I am today. And there's no one else I want to be right now than me as I am right now.
Hell
And
yeah.
you know,
That's very
I'm just
beautiful.
happy I'm able to do it.
Hell yeah. That's very beautiful. Hell fucking yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ghost. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. There is a lot of appreciation I have for coming around, spending the time. I always say the most valuable currency that anybody actually has is their time, because you're gonna get $1 back, but you're never getting back a second. So
That's so fair.
so thank you so kindly. I really appreciate it. I'll hit you up for some League of Legends.
Please, I'll be the best jungler. I promise.
All
I'm
right,
so
all right.
good.
I promise. I gotta warm up again, but I promise I won't mid and feed. I promise I won't.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun.
I'm really glad. Thank you. We kind of like after the first 20 minutes, I kind of threw out most of my questions. 'Cause I'm like, the conversation about spirituality, I genuinely really enjoyed it. I have a
same.
lot of love talking about those things. It's something I never get to talk about a
same.
lot, because I feel it's a scary subject for a lot of people, and for the people who it's not a scary subject, it's a taboo subject.
Well, it's so biased too. So like, I feel like being able to be open-minded and at least like,
Just
I
listen.
don't know, just listening. Yeah, sometimes that's enough, And I really appreciate that you took the time and risk to talk about that stuff with me, about it with me. So thanks to you too.
Thank you.
That was a very enjoyable conversation.
I agree. Thank you so kindly, Ghost. I will let you go. I'm going to raid out, but I'm going to just quickly say goodbye. Thank you again so very kindly. Is there anything you want to share? Socials, projects, anything you have in the coming?
Go listen to my music so I can
Not full
have
body.
money for chicken nuggets. No, it's okay. Go listen to Full Body to abuse that shit. If it gets me paid, then like this more food in my belly.
More food in your belly. For real,
Yeah.
for real.
And then go check out my recent album I just released, Garden of Eyes. And I don't know, be nice to each other. We all we got is each other.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Be
very
kind.
kindly. Thank you
of
so
course.
very kindly. All right, take it easy, Ghost. I will hit you up for that League of Legends, though. Actually,
Please, yes,
I actually will.
Yeah, send me your tag ASAP.
All right. I gotta reclaim my
All right.
account or something. Take it easy.
course.
Thank you so
Peace
kindly.
out.
Au revoir. Peace out.
Bye-bye. Peace.
All right, y'all. All right. Thank you so kindly, as always, for coming through, everyone. I know today is a very different stream. It's not the usual stream that we do. Typically, all we fucking do in this channel is play fighting games. Y'all know I love fighting games, yeah. But it's always a lot of fun with the way that our current industries and our current climate artistically are coming.
On God?
It
Just
is
like that.
I think it's really special to value the opinion, the time, and get the input of very cool and talented artists like Ghost Data. I really appreciate it to them. I don't know if they're still hearing this, but if they are, thank you so very kindly for your time. Thank you so very kindly to all the I see all the Ghost Data fans here. Thank you so kindly for coming through. I really appreciate it. Thank you so kindly to you guys who in the Discord ask questions. It always means a lot to me. It's always very special to me. Let's get to the achievement model. I feel like the achievement model. Oh shoot, I forgot to. I forgot. I was in goth mode. I was playing with the lighting. All right. We'll be goth for a little bit. Thank you so kindly, everybody. From the bottom of my heart, it means the world to me. We are going to raid out, but before we raid out, to you guys who are veterans to the channel, who you guys are Class A raiders, we always have one thing to do at the end of every stream. We have, of course, the credits. So join us for that. You look like a I was in goth mode. I was just goth moding. All right. Okay. No, excited. Yeah. Well, today was a short stream, but tomorrow I'd love for you guys to come hang out. We are gonna be going to we are gonna hopefully be doing VR chat. Thank you so much to Dragon Boy for the cheers. Thank you so much to Joey Yazaru for the raid. Thank you so much to TDW. Thank you so much to Mentar Gaming. It's Kisaki Music. Kai KVT. Thank you so much to Scarlet Crow. That's very special things. Oh damn, no boss came today. What the fuck? Damn, Moz, what happened? Cal, thanks to Kylie, Guyver, Fred Zed, Ballum, Balls, Flash on the Lane, Applebox, thanks to Solid Time, Tin Man. These oh god, I'm fucking having a really fucking hard time reading today. Thanks to Luke Nate, Eskisaki Music, Mentor Gaming, D the Wanderer, thank you so very kindly, H Lover, Jericho, Mr. Magikarp, Kitson VT, Junpei Lee, thanks to the Lens Gunstar, Frumpy Fox, K-Spirit, Scarlet Crow, Sidon, and a special thanks to all who helped me build all the assets, and a special thanks to you. Thank you very kindly for coming to hang out with me. It's always a lot of fun to see you here. Let's hang around because we are going to drop a raid to someone. We're going to do a raid. Today is, it's not our usual stream day. Okay. I do. Oh no, don't worry. Do not worry. Don't worry. I shall raid you tonight. You did, Tracer. I'm so sorry. Copy the raid message. Copy the raid message. Today is just a short stream. It isn't our usual stream time. Ran is streaming. We love Ran. Ran is one of my best friends. So we're gonna go raid Ran. We're gonna go raid Ran. All right, y'all. Whoops. Oh, I fucked up the raid message. Oh shit. I'm an idiot. Oh shit, I'm a moron. It's their affiliate anniversary. So go say hi for the affiliate anniversary. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Say bye now. Say bye. Bye, y'all. Say bye. Bye, Cal. Take care. Bye, D. Bye, Sidon. Bye, Crow. Oh. No! Bye. Join us tomorrow for some VR chat at 8 p.m. EST. And join us on Saturday for some Project Wingman. And then finally, join us again on Monday and Wednesday for some very lovely and very cool tech and gaming. All right, y'all. Goodbye. Good night. Take care. Au revoir.